relate fractions, decimals, and money. Now we get to the fun stuff in fourth grade. We're going to play with money. Let's have a look. So as we've been doing the last several days, we can work with fractions and converting them into decimals. So 25 hundredths, the entire quantity is less than 1, so we'll say 0 and, with our decimal point, and to write 25 hundredths would look just like that. That was yesterday's lesson. In order to turn 25 hundredths into money, we do the same thing. It's 0 and 25 hundredths of a dollar. But now we need to show that we're dealing with money, and we do that by placing the dollar sign in front of the decimal. So we read this as $0.25. And if you think about it, 25 hundredths of a dollar is 25 cents. Usually we think of quarters as being equal to 25 hundredths of a dollar, or 25 cents is how we usually refer 25 cents like that. But when we're in math class and we're dealing with decimals, let me get this. Oh, come on, webcam. Why are we all out of focus here? There we go. Just needed to change the angle, I guess. And when we're dealing with decimals, we write 25 cents like this, $0.25 of a dollar. Excuse me. What about the next one? 79 hundredths. Again, it's less than 1 whole, so 0. And now our decimal part, 79 hundredths. And to write that as money, we have our dollar sign. It's less than a dollar, so $0.79, or 79 hundredths of a dollar. Now here we have 8 hundredths. Remember, this is a tricky one. It's less than a whole, so we have our 0, and there's our decimal point. This is 8 hundredths, not 8 tenths. So we have 0 tenths, 8 hundredths. How would we write that as money? Well, the same way. We have our dollar sign. It's less than $1, so we have 0 whole dollars and 8 hundredths of a dollar. So that is 8 cents. What if we started with the money? Here we have 43 cents, or $0.43. So how would we write that as a decimal? The same way, without the decimal, or without the dollar sign. And then how would we write that as a fraction? Well, it's 43 hundredths, so 43 would be our numerator, hundredths would be our denominator. What about a dollar? Well, to write that as a decimal, it's the same thing without the dollar sign. So $1 would be 1 whole, 1 and 0 hundredths. And how would I write that as a fraction? There's a couple ways we could do that. You could do 100 over 100. Remember, when the numerator and the denominator are the same, it's equal to 1 whole. The book also shows 1 over 1, so that would be $1 over $1. Either way would be fine. I'm more partial to the 100 over 100 here. What if I showed you the money in a different way? What if we said 6 nickels and 18 pennies? Well, the first thing you have to do is determine how much money that is. 6 nickels, well, a nickel's worth 5 cents, so 6 of them would be 30 cents. And what about 18 pennies? That would be 18 cents. And this leads very well into tomorrow's lesson, but we'll get started today. So 30 cents and 18 cents would be 48 cents. Excuse me. And how would we write that as a decimal? Well, same thing without the dollar sign. So 0 and 48 hundredths. And as a fraction, 48 over 100. This is how we relate fractions, decimals, and money.